Hey guys, we're going live tonight, live on Facebook. So let me get it pulled up here. All right. Hey, we're going live tonight. Here we go. Hey guys, we're going live tonight on Facebook. Got some new equipment and trying it out. I've really been enjoying the new radio show thingy. That's been working out pretty cool. So tonight we're going to talk about the unauthorized practice of law without a license just a little bit. Not going to spend much time on it. We're going to talk about that tomorrow on the show. I have an investigator from the California State Bar Association who thinks that I'm engaged in the unauthorized practice of law without a license. So I invited him to join me on my radio show tomorrow on Hamilton Radio at hamiltonradio.net at 1 o'clock Central Time. I invited him to call in, and I let him know that I would be glad to discuss the situation with him on the air. If he wants to try and jam me up for helping people and doing what I'm doing, he can come on the air and explain to everybody about the unauthorized practice of law without a license. Because from where I'm sitting, there's no such thing. Attorneys don't have no license. So we're going to talk about a few other things too. Let me get the window open up. Okay, here we go. Now I can see you. Hey, Derek. Yep, I'm doing what I do. So the unauthorized practice of law without a license. I got this Yahoo who thinks I'm engaged in the unauthorized practice of law without a license. And lawyers don't have no license. Or let me be a little more clear. The United States Supreme Court ruled that no state can license the practice of law. So, and this is the main case that I stick in their face when they try to get in my face. And you know what's really sad about this whole thing? Okay, these attorneys want to intimidate anybody that's helping people. Okay, they want to intimidate. They want to intimidate me to go sit down. But you know what? The attorneys ain't trying to help nobody anyway. No one, 80% of Americans can't afford to hire an attorney. Now, I think that's higher now with this COVID-19 crap going on. A lot higher now with people losing their jobs and their works. Yeah. So attorneys know that they got the odds in their favor. They're going to be able to do whatever they want, and you're not going to be able to get back up in their face. And you know what? I've been through what you guys are facing. Yeah, I've been through it. I know I know what time it is, and that's pretty much why I do what I do. Yep, that's why I do what I do. And they taught me, and now I'm teaching you guys. So that's the way this thing's going to roll. Now, this guy's supposed to, well, I don't know if he's going to call. I don't think he's going to call. I sent him an email 3 or 4 days ago. But I sent him a couple of emails, and I don't think he's going to call. I think he might have got a little creeped out when I told him that, sent him this case law and told him that if he defames my name on the public record, that I would file a $5.5 million lawsuit against him. And I will also add in my lawsuit, I will also attack his assets and his bar license and whatever other license he have. I'm going to sue him for all of that and let him see what it feels like to have all his stuff taken away from him, like they're doing to other people. So I kind of let him know that's what was going to happen if I saw any more about what he's saying I'm doing illegally posted in the public record, then he's going to have to deal with that. And believe me, this is not the first time. Okay, y'all people who know me, y'all know how I roll. Okay, this ain't the first time. Okay, I think this would be the 8th time that an attorney from another state is stepping up and filing a complaint against me that I'm practicing law without a license. And you know what? At the end of the day, nothing that's going on now is about the law. Okay, all that changed. I don't know, 1933 or whenever that was that they removed the statutes at large. When they removed the statutes at large, they disconnected us away from the Constitution and the law, and they replaced that with revised codes and statutes and ordinances. And I'll tell you right now, and so they don't want me telling you guys this stuff because everything they're doing is fraud. The number one thing that the statute that they're using to foreclose on you is unconstitutional because it does not contain the necessary elements to be considered a valid law. To be considered a valid law, I'm just going to make it easy for you guys. To be considered a valid law, it has to have an enacting clause, it has to have a title, it has to have a body. Each state constitution says that laws can only be enacted by those things. And when you check revised codes and statutes, there's no title, there's no enacting clause. And the enacting clause is one of the most important things, because that enacting clause lets people know from what authority the law comes from and who's subject to following it. And when you understand that, you know why they don't have the enacting clause connected to their stuff. And the reason is because their rules, look up what a statute is. I went over that in one of my videos a couple of weeks ago. You Google what a statute is, and you'll see that it's a rule by a corporation. They are holding us to public policy, not laws. The attorney didn't want to admit that, but at the end of the day, well, there's not even a law in their books for practicing public policy, because public policy is a bunch of BS. It's what it is. And they have us, they make you think that you are a citizen of the federal government, and you're not. You're a citizen of the republic state which you were born in, or another country where you were born, or whatever, or maybe you came from an egg. You're a citizen of that freaking egg. Okay, you're not a citizen of the federal government. Nobody can be a citizen of the federal government because nobody can be born in a fictitious entity. So all of that's fake. Attorneys don't have no license. I have a whole page of case law that I can post on here showing attorneys don't have no license and people can help other people and all of this stuff. But yet they want to come get in my face because they say I'm practicing law without a license. But they ain't trying to help nobody. Oh yeah, they say come and bring your $5,000 or $10,000, and then I'm going to be on a retainer for $350 an hour. And every time you call me, it's going to be like $165. Who the hell who's got that kind of money? If people had that kind of money, they wouldn't be in foreclosure. And you know what? A lot of times people think that people in foreclosure are deadbeats. That's not always true. Some people in foreclosure have never missed a payment. And I know you're saying, how's that happen? Dude, I have people in my private Facebook group, Foreclosure Rescue, that are facing foreclosure right now, and they never missed a payment. What happened was when they allowed them to get away with real estate deed fraud by circumventing the real estate deed laws and filing and registering the deed to your property in their office instead of delivering it to you like the law states, they do what they call their constructive delivery. And once they do that, that allows them to put the fake mortgage lien on your property. That allows them to put the property tax lien on your property. And people don't realize that there is no law that mandates you have to that you have to register your deed in their office. And people don't realize that once your deed is registered in their office, then they start charging you property taxes. They start coming and getting in your face about zoning code issues when you need to cut your grass, how many cars you got parked on you. Yeah. And if you're Airbnb, you really get to run over, but that, yeah, all because your deed's filed in the office and registered in their office, and they're in control of it. So this is why, you know what? The property tax issue is the reason why the dude in California got in my face in the first place. And he took offense to the fact that my eliminating property tax lawsuit package is only $500. And I think he kind of researched it and found out that is fire, and it was pissing him off. So yeah, so he can do whatever they want to do next. I've invited him to the radio show, and I'll keep everybody posted on how how this goes, because I've been here through what 7, 8, and I'm still here. So I don't know what they expect. They send you this stupid letter saying that they know you're not a bar member, but they still want me to give them all my stuff. Well, if I'm not a bar member, I don't understand why they're in my face. And that's kind of what I told them. So we'll see how that goes. We got some other stuff we want to talk about too tonight. We're going to give you guys an update, and we're also going to do the update on the radio show. The jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. That's the new document that I put together for the online course students, and I had it for sale for like $200 in my private Facebook group, just so people could like afford it, and I can see how well it worked or what I needed to do if I needed to change anything or whatever. And I think there's 6, 7 people are using it. 6 of those people got their stuff stopped. And when I say stopped, I am not saying the judge gave anybody nothing, because that ain't never going to happen. Okay, what I'm saying stopped is the attorney stopped pushing the issue. And in one case, Shamel Maxwell, she's in our private group, and she's been posting, she's working and going to school, so she don't have much free time. But she blocked the sale of her dad's house last month. Yeah, I want to say last month. And not only did she block the sale, she actually she got the judgment vacated. She blocked the sale, got the judgment vacated, and then she filed her wrongful foreclosure lawsuit / breach of contract in federal court. And the attorneys weren't able to answer to the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit. And if you stop and think about it, if they have to file by counter affidavit, they can't, because they're lying. Everything that they're doing is fraud. So that's a problem for them. She also filed a motion to moot all of their pleadings in their case until they prove jurisdiction on the record. That comes as actually, I think there's 4 documents in that package. And once you file that motion to moot, they're done. You know, that whole judicial case is a judicial foreclosure case is toast. And what we do is when you file your lawsuit in federal court, then you use all of that stuff you just filed as evidence in your case in federal court, because that's evidence showing that they shouldn't have filed in state court. They couldn't respond, they couldn't answer. So that means that you should just ask federal court to make them pay you the $5.5 million and forget about all these hearings and all this crap. I mean, think about it. Yeah. So one of the things that I help you guys learn how to do is back these attorneys up in the corner and the courts. We'll just call them officers of the court. We're gonna back them officers of the court up in the corner and force them to visualize shared liability. You know, when you guys file stuff and they just throw your stuff out, once they violate you, you have to do something about it. Because if you don't, they're just going to keep on doing that. Because they know that 80% of you or more are going to give up and sit down. Well, that's what they're used to in the past. I don't think that's the numbers now, because with the internet and crazy people like me, people are ready to fight. And I see that right now. You know, they told Shamel, the clerk told Shamel that her legal team, and that's what she does. She tells her legal team did this, her legal team dad, and her legal team's her and her dad. Well, there's a little coaching over here, but I'm not the legal team. They're the one doing the work. Yeah. And they wanted to know what law firm was helping her. Yeah, she got a big kick out of that. Her dad told them they were working with some special attorney, that her daughter had been working with some special attorney. Yeah, so they're kind of concerned and want to know. But you know what? Now they can get in line like the rest of them, because I'm not doing anything illegal, and I sure as hell wouldn't have anybody else do anything illegal. And they forced me to learn what I've learned. So all I got to say about that is sometimes it beats that way. So the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit is a very different document. Now, people get that document and they start stressing out because it don't fit the way they're used to seeing stuff in the conventional foreclosure paperwork. And in the conventional foreclosure paperwork, everything's a lie, and you're going to go down in flames anyway, because you're arguing the banking system, which is crazy. You're never going to get anywhere with that. It's like, why would you argue that when these people over here are violating you and violating all these laws? Seems to me a good legal coach is going to have you attack what they're doing wrong and stick that back in their face. Because at the end of the day, it's all about jurisdiction. If they don't do the right stuff, the court don't have jurisdiction. And so many, oh my God, you have no idea. And no one pushes the issue, because everybody sticks on the conventional side of things, you know, and worrying about all those things that don't really matter. Because if they get away with throwing you under the bus over here at the start, then they're gonna get away with throwing your bus on the end, in the end. So you gotta hold them accountable at the gate. So this document that I structured, it has the Attorney General's name at the top. Now, keep in mind, this jurisdictional challenge with affidavit is to be filed in the judicial foreclosure, or it can be used in a non-judicial eviction process. Yes, sir, and yes, ma'am, and thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, so it can, but what trips people up is that instead of having the attorney's name at the top, because the attorney's the only person that signed the foreclosure against your property, I have the Attorney General's name up there in red. So you replace the red font with your information. So if the Attorney General's name is red, you just replace that Attorney General's name with the Attorney General's name from your state. And the lady told me the other day, well, no, it's Attorney General the plaintiff. Don't worry about that, because now you're trying to fit my stuff into the conventional program, and it's not going to work. You're going to have a headache trying to figure it out. But I will let you know why I did that. The reason I did that is because if the judge don't straighten up and you have to file your claim against the judge, where do you think you're going to be filing it? Anytime you file something against a state actor, you're going to be filing at the Attorney General's office, at least one place anyway, at the Attorney General's office, to the Attorney General, because the Attorney General is going to be the one who's going to have to defend them. Now you see, we're going to get the Attorney General involved at the gate. When you file your challenge, your jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit, the Attorney General is going to be involved at the gate, because in the end, the Attorney General is going to be the one who's going to have to answer to your stuff if they don't do the right thing. So now you got the Attorney General over here saying, what the hell is all this crap? Then you got these people over here saying, oh my God, the boss is going to know about this. He is not going to be happy. Yeah, you see how that goes. There's way more to this strategy and kicking these attorneys' butts before you get to court than people realize. And it starts with challenging them in the document. Instead of making documents the way they want you to make, challenge them in the document. Because the facts, by the time you get done with the facts, you ain't gonna need to have no case law, okay? Because that's what we're doing right here. That's plain and simple. When the facts are done, there's no need for the case law. Think about it. When the facts are done, there's no need for the case law. And that's why they're having a hard time answering to my stuff. And people need to understand too, when at the end of the day, it's not going to be about all of that stuff. It's not going to be about your case. It's not going to be about, what it's going to be about is you stepping up to the plate to make sure that they're not throwing your butt out of court illegally. That's what it's going to be about. And man, they have a bunch of ways of doing that. So my videos on my YouTube channel, all those videos pertain to what's happened to people. And that's how I put this program together. I have over 500 people in my private Facebook page, and I get real-time feedback from people from all over the United States about how these attorneys are trying to get out of being held responsible for what they're doing and blah, blah, blah. And that allows me to make changes in the document, tweak stuff, add stuff, so I can screw these doors shut. So the attorneys on the other side of the country can't get away with the same stuff because we're screwing the door shut. And that has allowed me to put together a really nice program. So I want to thank all of the people that have had to put up with me. At one point when I was building the program, I think at one point I changed the non-judicial foreclosure package like 3 times in the same week. So the people that was preparing it, you know, they get it all ready to go, and then there's another change, you know. So they just want to pull my hair out, but as you can see, I don't have much, so I kind of keep it short. But you know, I told them, you know, you can file it without the change if if you want to. Yeah, they ain't trying to do that. So, but that's just the way it goes. At least they have the help. So my online course is up and running. I think I have 4 or 5 students in it right now, and I'm getting ready to add another chapter to it to teach you guys how to actually structure the documents. So my online course that I put together is wrongful foreclosure lawsuit DIY, show you how to do it yourself. And I provide all of the lawsuit packages. I provide all of the videos. I provide everything in an organized manner so it can walk you through what you need to know. And I talk about a lot of stuff, just like I just got done talking about here in the video, things you need to look out for when you go in to file your stuff. I mean, I tried to put the complete package together. My goal is to have a package together for property investors, or just anybody who has rental property that they're trying to protect, because the way they did all this stuff is obvious what they're trying to do. And I had people tell me, I had a lady tell me she worked in a tile company and in the tile office, and when everybody was shut down, they had the tile office open for attorneys. So attorneys was in there doing stuff. And I'm thinking this lady must be from California, because that's where the attorneys are grumpy with me at, because of the eliminated property tax lawsuit package. So, but I'm gonna let them know maybe they should go ahead and get one so they can see how people are gonna be smashing them in the face later. Okay, never mind. Let's stay focused here. So hey, if you guys are tired of being laughed at while you're getting nowhere in a system that they structure, click on the links below. go to my YouTube channel. Start learning about the non-conventional foreclosure defense strategies and stuff, and start learning about what the guys are doing in my foreclosure rescue Facebook page to get their stuff stopped. I've got a couple of people that signed up when I first came out and went to lawsuit packages. I think it was last October. I have 3 people that signed up then, and they're still in their house now. And 2 of them are in Texas. And I don't remember where the 3rd one. I think the 3rd one is in Maine or Maryland or somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, they're in the group. So I got a link down here to my, I'm going to post it. Actually, I'll go ahead and post it in the group right now so you guys can see it. The link to my online course school. It's actually a paralegal school on teachable.com. And in that paralegal school, I host my class. And what I plan to do is all of my packages that I have on my website for sale, I want to have a class for each one of them, so that everything will be together that you need to go from A to B, and you'll be able to save it all and go back and review it later. And it's going to make, it's kind of like a really nice package to have it in, and instead of just giving it to you in documents with no videos or anything. So I'm also going to open up a new Facebook page just for the online course students, so that those students can all work together and team up and support each other without the interference of all of the other things that's going on in this group, because this group is pretty big and we've got a lot of stuff going on. So we want to kind of personalize it. So we're only talking about that stuff, and that makes it easy for me. I don't really allow people to post stuff in my foreclosure rescue group that's not directly related to someone's case or them using my documents or whatever, because we use the foreclosure rescue group to communicate with all of the team members that are using my documents and my strategies. And it's hard for me to keep up with who's saying what when there's a bunch of stuff posted in there that don't actually have to do with a lawsuit document package or whatever. So I've been asking people not to post, not to post just general stuff in that group, because we're using the group specifically as a tool to help everybody keep up with their cases and stuff. And if you have questions, that's the best place to catch me at, because I'm usually there working. And if you leave me a message, or you can leave me a private message if you want, and then I can get back to it when I can. I'd rather have people contacting me that way than calling me, because then I have to stop everything and get the phone. And believe me, my phone rings a lot just with people that are just coming in that needs help. So with that said, if you have a problem and you need to call me and you are pretty sure that Coach Neighbors is not going to get grumpy and blow the whistle in your face and make you go run, then you give me a call. Okay, I'll be nice about it if you call me. So that's all I got tonight. Is all public policy unconstitutional? Yes, Kerry Jackson, all public policy is unconstitutional because it does not have the necessary elements to be considered a valid law. And I'll just tell you right now, if you're facing judicial foreclosure, I just gave you the tip that you need to get your case dismissed. But a lot of people aren't going to do anything with it because they're so wrapped up in believing all of the lies that we've been brainwashed with for years. Like starting out, number one, that you have rights. You don't have no freaking rights. And I'll tell you that right now, you don't have any rights unless you're willing to do whatever it takes to stand up for them. And most people aren't, because of the fear. And those people don't work well in my group, because I don't deal well with people who have high anxiety and people who are fearful. I just don't. So if you're one of those people, you should probably take the course, and the course doesn't require a lot of interaction. And if you call me, you can. The one thing that I struggle with most is people call me right when they get something from the court and haven't figured out what it is yet. They'll just call me up and they'll be all maxed out. And so I'll tell them, look, figure out what it is, Google research any words you don't understand, figure out what it is and what your game plan should be. Then call me if you have a question. And then when we talk, I'll figure out if you have any idea what the hell's going on. But see, that's the thing. My job is not to make it easy for you. My job is to help you learn how to take the ball and do it yourself. Okay. And that's the biggest difference between, well, one of the biggest difference between what I do and what attorneys do. Attorneys ain't trying to help you do anything. They want you to go sit down because they got it. But put this hand in your pocket and put this hand in your pocket. And I'm trying to keep it clean. So one of these hands can be somewhere else. But anyway, you know what I'm saying, okay? You need to learn how to do it yourself because I told a lady the other day, she kind of cracked up laughing. I told her, you can mess up your case yourself. You don't have to pay somebody to mess it up for you. And that's true. At the end of the day, you can mess up your own case. You don't have to pay somebody to mess it up for you. But here's the deal. At the end of the day, if you're doing your job, you don't have to worry about it getting messed up because they're going to have a little trouble answering to your stuff, especially if you're in the right program. So that's all I got to say tonight. I just wanted to test out. Oh, you guys make sure you tune into the radio show. I see Gene here. Hey, Gene, how you doing, man? And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow too. You know, I'm ready for this. So Gene's the owner of the radio station, and he's also my producer. So we get to talk back and forth during the program, and he handles the phone calls and stuff coming in. And this helps. This is great because I don't have to go nowhere. So I just get over to my office or to the studio or somewhere and hook up my stuff. So that's the way we roll here. So I will be back here on another date. If you guys are interested in getting control of your foreclosure, get over to my website or to my paralegal school and figure out what option is going to work for you. And let's get rolling because you don't have to wait until they're done taking. The lady asked me that today. They told me I had to wait until they get done with the foreclosure and take my house before I can fight them. I said, they're the ones trying to take your house too, right? Of course they're going to tell you to wait because they're really lazy and they don't want to have to work any harder than they have to. So she actually enrolled in the course. So I'm hoping she's looking at it right now, and I can't wait till I get my first review. So those of you who enrolled in the course, I need my first review on the course, and there is a surprise for that person who leaves the first review. It'll be a substantial surprise. I need to figure out what it is, but I can come up with something. Anyway, guys, good night. See you guys in the next stream. If I can figure out how to shut this puppy down.